To the extent that you feel like government's not up to solving certain problems you see in your society, which is true, that is precisely the moment to jump in. If you bemoan the quality of public servants, become a public servant. We just need to actually have a new age of public purpose in which more people are doing those jobs, more people are running for office, and the way you make government better is by getting involved in government. You don't wait for it to get better to join.
At the Samara Centre, we believe that the only way to achieve social progress is for citizens to get in the habit of solving problems together in the public sphere through the tools of government and in the trenches of civil society. I'd like to welcome to the stage Anand Giridharadas and Nahlah Ayed.
So what is it about democracy that you believe most urgently needs defense?
So, if you look at a problem like public education, where it's a system where the rich in the United States already have way too much power relative to the poor, having Mark Zuckerberg solve those problems is furthering the power imbalance in the wrong direction. Right? Even if Bill Gates has good ideas, why does a rich person get to decide what public education is like? Why do we all vote if we're going to create this other way to make public policy that is not subject to public acclaim?
You talk about change being hijacked, essentially.
Yes,
Yeah.
but a big part of change being hijacked is not just the structures and the backroom deals, it's culture, it's common sense, it's our ideas. So if you think about something like Lean In, which I think is the most hilarious thing, like you basically have this billionaire woman trying to convince women that thousands of years of patriarchy is a posture problem. You can't empower women as a win-win for men without actually reducing the power and impunity of all men, not just bad men. Real change involves the loss of power. And when we deny that, we defang the idea of change, of everything that makes it worthwhile. We got to reclaim a certain early 20th century heritage of understanding that the only way to fight for and defend regular people is to stand up and name it and call it out when some people have too much wealth and too much power and use it to abuse the common good. I think we are living in a time that feels very short-term hopeless and, to me, medium to long-term hopeful. We've been living in a 40-year era that has delimited the possibilities for all of us, that has delimited the language for all of us. The more exciting question is now, like, what do you all want the next 40-year era to be? We can make that. Surely there's way more people who can help shape something that's different, an age of reform in which public purpose becomes the driving engine of society, in which people feel more attracted to going into public service than working at Instagram, in which we remember that changing the world together intentionally on purpose, as Michael said, is actually the heritage of how we made any changes worth making. I think what we got to do is tell an equal and opposite story about the common good, recover words like public, and not do this half-compromised, well, yeah, government is kind of ineffective, but, maybe we could make it better. That kind of apologetic counterattack to their attack on government. I think we got to do the militant counterattack. Democracy is like your family, right? You don't go home to your family because your family is awesome. You go home, if you can, because it's your family. And the difference between democracy and like some company or some foundation or something, like this is the shared institutions you have. And so whether it's good or bad should not affect your decision to be involved in it. This is a very important point. The same way with your family. If your family is dysfunctional, that may be the time to get more involved in it.
Sounds like we've lost the microphone. Try again.
Billionaires always do this at my events.